Hi Nicola, Moneygymmers and anyone else who's watching. It's Hazel here. This is my entry for the Gold for Christmas competition of the Moneygym 2008. In case you haven't heard of the Moneygym before, it helps you grow your money and shows you lots of ways of doing it. Let me tell you something about me. By nature I'm an encourager and listener. I love people watching, so I'm interested in you. I'm interested in what makes you tick, what your life's like, what amazing thing that you have done and maybe not even noticed. I'm the kind of person who, like Victoria Wood, might be lurking by the cornflakes to hear the interesting end of a piece of conversation in the supermarket. I was born in Melton Mowbray, where the pork pies come from. At 3 we moved to the country and I lived a fairly isolated existence because we lived in a schoolhouse on top of the hill. I've been an only child for as long as I can remember, and that's quite a long time now. In the town where we moved when I was 10, there were still no children in my neighbourhood, so I was quite old before I started being sociable. I've always loved libraries and their opportunities for personal development, so I trained to be a librarian, and that took 5 years. And that's what I spent most of my adult working life doing, in the public sector, in England, employed and developing libraries. 3 school libraries in my 30s before I had a break for children. And then I joined the NHS to set up a medical library in the brand new hospital in our town. That was interesting work and quite challenging, working sometimes with senior consultants, but very satisfying, and the services were much appreciated by clinicians of all kinds, and they still are. You asked also about high points and low points. But first I'll tell you about my financial education. That was rather checkered. My dad was rather like the poor dad in Rich Dad Poor Dad. He believed in steady employment and not spending much money, although he did like innovations. We had a telephone and he bought a TV to watch the coronation, and we did have a car. My maternal grandfather, his business partner ran off with the proceeds, and that happened to my husband's father too. And so the lesson I gathered was you need to keep an eye on your money and be careful with it, keep it safe. That was the lesson I learned. I didn't learn the lesson that it was possible to grow it. So I spent extra money that I had on my children's education in their teenage years. But now my attitude is changing and I'm looking towards investment and really paying attention to this. So at 10 minutes to midnight on New Year's Eve 2007, I joined the Moneygym. Now, the low point that you mentioned, that happened, well, the latest one happened in October 2007. For some weeks I had this sensation of physically suffocating and and having a diminishing life force. It was scary and rather disconcerting, but I'd been supporting some adults emotionally for some time at that point, so I suppose I just had it. But there's always something to learn, and the lesson that I learnt was listen to your heart, not listen to your head. Your head has chatter, and it often isn't true. I'd had enough of other people's fear, and my heart said, keep breathing, keep moving, concentrate on each day as it is, do your best, and I knew I would be alright. Fear is often an illusion, and it comes with isolation. And the high points? Well, there are several to choose from. One was joyous and quite unexpected. It was at the end of a coaching call, one of those that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. And right at the end of the call, the client made a big mind shift, and as I put the phone down, I felt so joyful on her behalf that I ran down the stairs, flung open the door, ran down the street, shouting, "Amazing! Amazing!" I was amazed too. And then in Phoenix, Arizona in 2007, having been a junior leader at a personal development seminar, I was in a mall, looking at these surreal surroundings, fountains, palm trees, sunshine and a roaring fire together. It messed my mind. And one of the men I got chatting to challenged me. He said, imagine you're on a TV show and I'm the presenter. You've got 40 minutes to show me why this Tony Robbins stuff works, because I don't believe it does. I'm like, oh, okay then. So I took on the challenge. And 60 minutes later, because he said I could keep going, he said, that is amazing. I've been in therapy for 2 years, and now I know how I have to change. And I've only been with you for an hour. Well, I didn't believe it either. He says, I don't believe it. I didn't believe it either. But then the lesson I learned from that was, well, why not? Believe in yourself. Mindset is all. If you think you can do it, you can do it. His problem was he was a smartass and nobody liked him, and he's emailed me since to say the changes have stuck. That was a valuable lesson to keep revisiting. 2008 came, and my family have scattered in different directions. I've left my job, my son's gone to live in California, my daughter's moved down to London, and my father has died. So now it's time for me to live my life consciously. And this is where being a member of the Moneygym has come in. I've been a member for a year now, and I've learned a lot of things. And I'm in this competition because I've learnt to join in the game, to be more comfortable with my power and ask for what I want. I want to get comfortable with podcasts and videos and the interactive elements of marketing. I want to become an interviewer. I naturally interview people because I'm so interested in what they're doing. But I really want to develop the skills for that to supplement becoming an information publisher. And that is part of the challenge of this competition for me, because part of it is being interviewed every month for a year, and I would really value that challenge. So, those of you who are watching, as this is this is what I'm asking you to do, to visit moneygym.com blog and vote for me. It is so easy. Happy New Year to you all.